Good afternoon, sir.
Okay. Please type out. That would be better. Ritu, where are you from? Please type out. Ansari Sahab, you are from Hardoi. Welcome.
Sir. Yes, sir. I'm from Hardoi.
Welcome. Oh, Josna, you are from Ambalika. I think please all mute yourself and type it out in the chat box, whatever you want to say. Renu, please mute everyone so that there is no disturbance. Alka Chauhan from Dehradun again, most welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Radhika from Hyderabad, most welcome. We have already reached the limit of 100, or is it 90? I think 100 done, okay. No, but my device is 90. Those who are not able to register, you can watch the proceedings on YouTube, and the link is already given in the chat box. We are going to start the proceedings in the next few minutes.
I think, sir, we should start it. It is almost 100.
So, welcome once again, everyone, to this interesting subject, understanding ChatGPT and prompt engineering. I'm sure most of you are familiar with ChatGPT by now. It's a very revolutionary and very useful, I would say, subject, and a means to know everything that you want to. And prompt engineering is another concept about which you may not have heard so far. So this is going to be a good learning session for all of us. And we have a distinguished speaker in Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra. I would ask Renu to introduce Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra formally.
Thank you, sir, and a very good afternoon to all. And we are delighted to welcome you all in this webinar. Discovers the secrets of making ChatGPT more user-friendly with prompt engineering, which is organized by Lucknow Management Association. And I'm Renu Chaudhary, General Manager, Lucknow Management Association. Once again, welcome to all. So today I have a privilege of hosting a renowned and esteemed speakers, Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra. Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra is not only the principal at Kunwar Global School in Lucknow, but also an accomplished educator, author with over 30 years of experience as an academician. He has expertise in implementing TQM, quality circles, Six Sigma, 5S, Kaizen, experiential learning, and NLP, neuro-linguistic programming in academics. As a National Teacher Awardee in 2005, honored by the President of India, he has published over 100 books, including a computer science series for class 1 to 12 for the CBSE CISC curriculum. He has trained over 8,000 teachers globally on classroom management, NLP, quality management, and Six Sigma in academics. He has been recently recognized by the Limca Book of Records and India Book of Records for developing a maximum number of educational applications for the Google Play Store in India. He is premium Udemy instructor with over 200 courses with an enrollment of over 4 lakhs covering 180 countries. He is also a TEDx speaker and a CBSE master trainer representing the Center of Excellence CBSE for a varied teachers training programs pan India. So overall, Dr. Dheeraj has an accomplished speaker profile as a testimony to his vast knowledge, leadership skills, and unwavering dedications to education and technology. As already Mr. A.K. Mathur sir told about today subject, so we are focusing on that today's webinar discovers the secrets of making chat GPT more user friendly. Dr. Malhotra will share his expertise and practical techniques to enhance your AI conversation. As we delve into the world of artificial intelligence, it's become increasingly important to focus on creating user friendly experiences that cater to diverse needs and preferences. So, with this vast knowledge and experience in the field of education and AI, Dr. Malhotra has gained a deep understanding of how to leverage AI technology effectively while ensuring a seamless and engaging user experience. So, and we request to all the participants and we encourage to them to actively participate in this webinar. And I will request to them if they having some question answers. So requested to post in the chat box and we will discuss on later after the session has been over. And now I'm and I will also request to please take the full advantage of this webinar and learn from a distinguished experts today, Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra, for his extensive expertise and engaging presentation style, which definitely make this webinar an enriching and enlightening experience to all the participants. So once again, Sir Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra, we all welcome you and I hope everyone are looking forward for an inspiring session which is filled with valuable insights and knowledge sharing. So welcome, sir, and now it's over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Renu ma'am. And thank you, Mr. Mathur, for arranging this and inviting me for the session. I'm looking forward to sharing some information which I think will be good for you people to, enhance at your workplace. because this is just not a tool, but an opportunity for anything you do anytime. So good evening, if I can say so. Yes, it's around 3. Early good evening, just to have a little comic. I'm sure everyone is having or is over with the lunch. So we have a little time where we can even tend to doze off. But I'm very sure that the knowledge sharing is such that it's going to help you change your life with the workplace you're working. And of course, the expansion is towards quality learning and quality caring for your work culture. So friends, as you can see on the screen, we talk about an environment which has been created of late, maybe just a couple of months earlier, or maximum maybe a year, where this tool has been in existence. And with that preface, it has become a priority now that how best we are utilizing it at the very level of our workplace, or to enhance our own way of learning and doing anything for sale. Well, the idea is not only to make you people aware of this concept, but also to make it in belief that technology is here to stay, and we are going to be working wonders on that approach of how best we are going to be using this power of connect and enhancement with that perfection. The idea is also to reflect of how best we are going to be connected to the world, and for sure referenced to the understanding of this tool of learning, activating, and making whatever things we do in the best and an enhanced way of doing things. This is your resource for today, Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra, Principal, Commerce Global School in Lucknow in India. And I'm very sure some of the international participants may also join us through YouTube and other platforms, since we have already exceeded 100. So you can always tell your friends that the link is being shared. You can even share those links for others. Well, when we talk about introduction, we deal with the spectrum of what and why of ChatGPT, and that references with that connect.
Well, friends, welcome to the course on Introduction to ChatGPT. As we know, ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence powered communication platform that facilitates seamless chatting between users. Unlike traditional texting apps, ChatGPT is designed to stimulate, in particular, human-like communication, which allows the users to engage in conversations that feel natural and fluid. Whether you are looking to chat with friends or connect with new people, ChatGPT actually provides a safe and secure platform with a range of functionalities that make communication easy and fun. From sending text messages to sharing media and forming chat groups, ChatGPT is equipped to meet all your modern day chatting needs, and it's worth joining the ChatGPT community today and experience the future of communication. Well, friends, when we tend to explain the product about what and why of ChatGPT, I relate and reflect to the ideas which I salute as a user. Well, friends, understanding the concept is more related to an idea, a platform which is AI powered, that uses the machine learning and natural language processing technologies to enable the users to communicate in a conventional and human-like way. Well, the system is programmed to understand the context of conversations and respond in a way that feels natural to the user, making it, of course, a more personalized and engaging experience. Well, friends, users can engage in one-on-one chat or even participate in the group discussions, sharing the photos, the files, and utilize a range of features that enhances communication, like that of emojis, stickers, and the GIF files in particular. Well, the platform is designed to be secure and private, ensuring that users' data and personal information are protected in particular. Well, ChatGPT is available across multiple platforms, including mobile devices and desktops, having it accessible to users wherever they are. Well, the ChatGPT can be used for various purposes, including customer service, education, even entertainment, and hence we refer to it as an intelligent and a customizable chat platform that is revolutionizing the way people communicate online with reference to a prized notion of excellence and rapport building. Enjoy the learning. Thank you. Well, friends, that's the screen of ChatGPT. We tend to reflect on a new chat, for example. It talks about the examples, the capabilities, the limitations. It gives you a simple example like explain quantum computing in simple terms. Then it says, got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old birthday? How do I make an HTTP request in JavaScript? Then it talks about the capabilities, It remembers what user said earlier in the conversation, allows user to provide follow-up corrections, trained to decline inappropriate requests. Limitations include many occasionally generate incorrect information, may occasionally produce harmful instructions or biased content, limited knowledge of world and events after 2021. Well, if I ask like something which goes very keen to observe, like create a message for my friend who is going to be 18 soon. Well, if I say so, particularly on this particular length, I tend to reflect on the idea about the spectrum. Similar is I can just write create a message for my friend who is going to turn 18 tomorrow. Now let's see what it says. And of course it says, dear friend, as your 18th birthday approaches, I want to make a moment to wish you a happy birthday and congratulate you on reaching this important milestone in your life. Turning 18 marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life, filled with new opportunities, experiences, and responsibilities. That's the defined approach which comes with the priority and with the significance. I have no doubt that you will embrace this new chapter with your characteristic enthusiasm, curiosity, and creativity. You have already shown us so much growth, maturity, and resilience in the past years, and I'm excited to see you will continue to grow and thrive in the years to come. As you celebrate this special day, I want you to know that I am proud of you and grateful for the friendship we share. You have been a constant source of inspiration, laughter, and support in my life, and I feel lucky to have you as my friend. So let's raise a glass to your 18th birthday and to all the adventures and achievements that await you in the future. Happy birthday, my dear friend, with love and best wishes, your name. Of course, this is a small write up which was created by this tool. Similarly, you can even ask to deliver, write a poem on shadow in about 50 words for my daughter's class assignment, who is in grade 2. Now it's going to think with what I have inputted, and it says the shadow showers follows however I go, a silhouette of me high and low, it stretches the shinks and sun's bright rays, a playful companion all of my days. So when the sun sets and the day is gone, my shadow and I are still as one. So this is a small thing which particularly, then of course, if I say write an application for my leave tomorrow as an email to my boss. Now let's see. It talks about subject leave request for tomorrow. I'm writing to request a 1-day leave for tomorrow as I have some urgent personal matters to attend. I've completed all my assigned tasks for today and have informed my colleagues about my pending work. So my absence should not affect the workflow or any ongoing projects. I'll ensure that all my work is completed before I leave today. If there are any pressing matters that need my attention tomorrow, please let me know in advance and I'll make sure to address them before I leave. Thank you for your understanding and support. Sincerely. Now, this is one such example where we can reflect on the idea of implementing this very tool as an idea. Similarly, we can even get to connect, write a song on weather in about 100 words, and this probably can define it. You can explore it. The sun is shining, it's a beautiful day, the birds are singing, I feel okay, and then the clouds roll in and the wind starts to blow, the weather's changing, it's starting to show. Oh, the weather, it's always in my mind. It can be so gentle and so unkind, and that's how it goes, so you can very well make sure that how the things go with this particular wonderful tool, and it explores your beauty, your connect. But remember, what you type here goes in hand as an instruction to the computer, to this particular machine, and defines and explores that connectivity with a reference. And that idea goes with the reflection of how best I'm going to be utilizing the power of this particular platform, making it a wow spectrum. ChatGPT help, like what is ChatGPT? Commonly asked questions. Well, how does it work? And why does the AI seem so real and lifelike? Can I trust that the AI is telling me the truth? Well, how can view my conversations? Will you use my conversations for training? Maybe reviewed by our AI trainees to improve our systems. Can you delete? Yes, you can follow the deletion process. You can delete specific prompts, and that's what the prompt engineering is all about. We are not able to delete specific prompts from your history, so any sensitive information in your confirmation should not be done. And of course, you can implement this by implementing guide for this. Like developers can now integrate ChatGPT onto their applications and products through our API, and users can expect continuous model improvements. And of course, there is a conception which defines and targets. Uh, can I use output from ChatGPT for commercial use? Of course, subject to the content policy terms it defines. So this is the helpline which helps you understand this very format. So I think the idea is there. And of course, we have a ChatGPT March 23 version, which can be defined with free research preview. It may produce inaccurate information about people, places, or facts. So they are highlighting that aspect, and that's the new release notes, which figures out to that identity of announcing the experimental support for AI plugins in the ChatGPT tools designed specially for language models. So these are some of the release notes which are rolled out for the ChatGPT Plus model as well, with reference.
Coming to the definition, as we have seen, prompt engineering is the process of crafting specific instructions or queries to interact with AI models effectively. Probably when you're calling an Alexa to sing a song, that depends on what you say and how you say. Your effective words and the usage of those words actually guarantee the result. And similar is here. As prompts, we need to redefine the prompt, and probably that's the reason the prompt engineering is one of the most required and sought after skills among the tech guys who are into engagement and employment. The demand for this, for all AI based operations, is for being a great prompt engineer. So the purpose is it prompts to further define instructions or cues for the AI systems to generate desired responses. And also, the role of the language models pertain to human-like text, and the popular language models include GPT-3 and the Chat GPT, along with the other importance, which caters to the clarity and the specific prompt for crucial responses. The desired output, the biases that has been figured earlier, and the defined operations include, for example, we have some more prompts like write a poem in the style of Shakespeare, or probably looking forward, summarize this long article in a few sentences. So this is when I come across, this is what the output I get as a reference. A poem in the style of Shakespeare. So this is what it is. And similar format you can write in Hindi also, or in any language. Write an essay in Hindi, or a wish or a birthday wish in Hindi for my friend Rohit, for example. So it will give you an Hindi version written in Hindi text, and accordingly the definition will be done. Then we have another defined approach of how best we are going to be defining it. The pitfalls, it depends on the vague and the unclear prompts that can lead to inaccurate or irrelevant responses. Biased or leading prompts can influence the AI's output as well, that we have seen. For example, writing an email response, you're teaching a group of professionals about prompt engineering in a context or writing email responses. There can be a prompt like craft an email response, declining a meeting invitation, for example. So here it comes. Dear so-and-so, regrets declining meeting invitation. I hope this mail finds you. Accordingly, we can change the defined approach and also act by adding our own vocabulary there or deleting something from it. So that is what we term as the old proverb of computers as GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. Similarly, the same thing applies for prompt engineering also. If you are typing it relevant question, it will give you a relevant reply, or else it can just, mess up things. The text response will be very poor. Similarly, there can be a prompt like generate a concise summary of the following article: teaching is a noble profession. So of course, it's going to come up in simple words. This is a summary. So this is just in 8 to 10 lines, teaching as a noble profession and all that stuff. So this probably is an idea given to us, and then we can expand and work on it. So this is how the relevant nature of learning happens through the ChatGPT and the prompt responses. Also, when I'm making it to 200 words, it comes at generate. So now my prompt goes in this way. See, generate a concise summary of the following article in about 200 words. Teaching is a noble profession. So it comes as 200 words, which is much, much more than, and then you can carry on asking. So the relevant prompt is associated by your further questions. So the text response will come further. It remembers. Similarly, suppose there is a prompt of creative writing in a class and you want to teach. So probably this way you can write a short story beginning with the sentence, "It was dark and stormy night." And further, children can, define it, design it, and applicate it. So here it goes, how that response proceeds further and makes it a possibility of a delightful approach of learning. Then, of course, the system goes in this very format. You put your question, you put your prompt, and as you put your prompt, see, we get the output in this very format. So that prompt defines that output in a particular format, and then you can revisit on the very, see, when I'm pressing regenerate response, it will give you a different response every time. And see, it is generating a different response. It takes a little time, and then of course, and it is free of cost. This particular AI ChatGPT, there's an add-on format, ChatGPT Plus, which is paid, which allows you a few features, so you can always check on it. And as a tool, you can see that how best it shares information and gives you and acts as a ready reckoner for all your questions and prompts. Then for sure, we have features of ChatGPT.
Yes, friends, features of ChatGPT. As we know by now, ChatGPT offers a wide range of features to improve the chatting experience. Well, initially we have the AI powered conversation, which uses machine learning and natural language processing to provide an interactive and conventional experience that feels more like human. Then we have group chats that can include multiple members for collaborative purpose. The light chat support is the chat support which offers 24/7 customer support to the users. It provides a rich media support, sharing including photos, videos, and GIFs, making communication more exciting and interactive. It also helps you do some personalization. You can customize the chat experience with chat backgrounds, custom notifications, and preferences. You can have its access for 24/7, making it convenient for users to communicate at any time from anywhere in the world. It provides security and privacy. It employs the robust security measures to ensure all conversations and users' data are encrypted and protected by advanced trusted systems. It allows free to use platforms, that is entirely free to use, whether you're connecting with family, friends, or chatting with new people around. And of course, it's an excellent chatting tool, the platform that offers to enhance user-friendly experience, making the communication simpler, more intuitive, and of course, fun. And that's the priority we look forward with the very conception. Also, friends, Chat GPT or GPT chatbots have proven to be effective in handling basic requirements, but actually at times fall short when dealing with more complex issues. They still require human intervention to handle more complex interactions, but they remain a vital tool in improving customer service and support in a big way. As we have shared the information earlier, it is an AI model, GPT, generative pre-trained transformer. Generative pre-trained transformer, better known as GPT, are becoming increasingly widespread and sophisticated in their ability to communicate with humans. These chatbots are trained on vast amounts of natural data, and they can generate responses to user queries that are both accurate and grammatically correct. The effectiveness varies widely depending on the complexity of the task or the depth of the conversation. On one hand, GPT chatbots are suitable for basic customer support and resolving simple issues that can be resolved through a predefined script. They are quite useful for providing customers with quick answers to frequently asked questions in particular. Well, friends, after we know how to use the chat GPT effectively, we will be able to polish this skill to make our knowledgier, to make ourselves comfortable, confident, and of course, we'll be able to build rapport at our workplaces, learning places, and the people around us. Well, there are some of the ways where we can use the chat GPT as a part of improvement at our workplaces, and that defines with a very shake hand on that process. Well, the idea is to explore whatever comes with the choice and with the defined spectrum, and how we are going to be relating it with the very best format of entertaining the ideas in a way to make it polished and more reference, with the very attribute of making learning through this particular platform and doing so in the best of the possible ways. Well, there are ways and means through which we are able to define that approach of effectively ideating the whole concept. Well, if I say so, going in with an open-minded and asking ChatGPT follow-up questions will help you get the answer you need quicker, no doubt. But it can take a few tries to get the answer that you want by adding different parameters and clarifying your exact needs to get the effective format. One of the most important aspects of asking questions to ChatGPT is being clear and specific. Ambiguity or the vagueness can actually make you land up in some inaccurate or irrelevant responses. So try to provide as much context as possible to avoid using pronouns or ambiguous terms without enough context when crafting your question. Well, people understand it's risky also at times, but for sure, ChatGPT has the potential to be used by, you know, individuals to trick and target you and your computer in particular, and henceforth we need to be very particular. The chat needs to be visited to that official website, which is chat.openai.com. That is what the last figurative priority I had expressed. And here it says that one needs to create an account on it by entering their basic details. And of course, once your account has been created on that ChatGPT, you can begin using it by typing it in your questions to get the answers. Well, there are times where individuals are suggested to utilize this tool. A lot of people have been wondering if teachers and professors can find out if a student is using ChatGPT, and the short answer to do this, of course, the website can basically do all your homework for you, but you need to be intelligent enough to understand. And what are the prompts? That's what effective usage talks about, that we need to be very clear. As I said earlier, prompt engineering is what we need to learn. So be specific, clearly define the topic, ask open-ended questions, use natural language, in that particular context. Natural language processing, and be specific and don't get into too much of detail. So you can ask ChatGPT to create content for a particular industry field, but you might not want them to explain a niche, so probably if you want numbers, you can specify the characteristics. So for example, if you want pricing, you can tell that daily, monthly, whatever the pricing you are defining with. You can even give chained or step-by-step prompts as well. And for example, suggesting a topic, the age group you want the answer for, and making it more specific by specifying the year. And you need to be open-ended, avoid complex sentences, include relevant background for information, and make it clear. We've got some machine which is going to answer for you. So make it clear so that it searches it well and effectively, and consider the audience you're looking for the reply. So it has to be quite simple, relevant, and the approach has to be modulated well. And that's what people refer to with reference and the idea. The advantage for this particular thing is to actually have an ability to explore it to the best, and it can of course give the exact same answer to what the idea you're looking at with reference. So there can be many prompts in particular which is lined up for reference, and we can make it effective by exploring it with reference of how good it is to make it applicable. Well, it has been programmed, as I mentioned earlier, to imitate a human conversation. So it's an extremely powerful and diverse tool that needs to be performing the idea for us and the job for us with reflective analogy and the spectrum in particular. And for sure, the idea is here to explore the AI-based technology that gives you the right information, and also, getting to summarizing long essays and articles, and providing a summary. In addition, generating ideas for stories and creative pieces. It also helps you, like, for anything and everything. It is there as a ready reckoner to answer you well, and hence the effective usage counts in particular.
And finally, if I end this session with a priority to say thanks. So I searched on ChatGPT how to say thanks in 10 languages. And instantly I got the reply, "You're welcome. Here's how to say thank you in 10 different languages." So it becomes so easy. I know it is an expansion form of Google. And since nobody questions you for using Google, because the information is at your hand with a click or a browsing of a NLP or a natural language processing format. So I hope these translations appear helpful. And how best if we can write it thanks in Hindi or in English or in Sanskrit or in Japanese, it could have done it easily. So with that, I would like to thank each one of you, and also with a reference that the book I have compiled, Understanding ChatGPT, which is available on Amazon globally. You can even buy it if you want to have an extra knowledge. And that's all from my end. Thank you very much.
Uh,
you.
Thank you, Dheeraj. There are some questions in the chat box,
Yeah.
and the one which I wrote was that please type when India is expected to reach $5 trillion economy.
So please type and get me the reply yourself.
I think
Your hand.
if you can do it, that will help.
Okay. So I'm using an app here.
Okay.
And what sir says, I will just write it and I'll show you that app as a reply.
Hmm.
So what did you say, sir? When
When is India
India
when India will achieve
will achieve
$5 trillion economy?
$5 trillion. I'm sure many of them must have done it at the same time. Yeah, it says, well, it is giving me the reply. The goal of achieving a $5 trillion economy is an ambiguous target set by the Indian government. While I don't have access to real-time information, as of my knowledge, cut off in September 2021, India had set a goal to achieve a $5 trillion economy by 2024. However, it is important to note that economic goals and timelines can be subject to various factors and may require adjustments over time. I recommend checking the latest updates and news from reliable resources for the most accurate information on India's progress towards this target.
You see, I saw a program in which a similar question was asked.
I see.
And then it also gives the probability of achieving that goal. I don't know how.
So it is actually taking the data from Google in real time. So nobody probably has written anything about this prospect.
I saw a program yesterday night in which
so here it is.
okay. Here it is not giving.
It's talking about a possibility.
It should give a probability in terms of percentage.
Very true.
The probability is 50%. Because they were asking some questions like this. If you can frame a question.
Yes, it depends on that. That's what I'm saying. My prompt would be different than that prompt, or the prompt which you devise would give you a different output altogether. So that is what is the prompt engineering.
Can you redefine the prompt? Can you rewrite the prompt?
If I redefine the prompt, instead of write when, I will write how. How India will achieve $5 trillion economy. Now the answer will be different here. It says achieving a $5 trillion economy requires a combination of various factors and strategies Some key areas that can contribute to India's economic growth include infrastructure development, then it has many things about it, industry and manufacturing, then it talks about innovation and technology, it talks about skill development and education, it talks about ease of doing business, it talks about agriculture and rural development, it talks about export promotion, it talks about financial inclusion. And it says that it's important to note that these strategies require consistent implementation, policy reforms, and collaboration between the government, private sector, and various stakeholders to achieve sustained economic growth. So that is what we.
Oh. Voice. Renu, can you hear him? I think the sound has gone.
Yes, sir. Sound has gone from Dheeraj sir side.
Anyway, there are more questions in the chat box. Dheeraj, please look at the question in the chat box if there are any.
बच्चों को होमवर्क दे देना, भेज देना.
Hello, Dheeraj sir.
Renu, if there are any more questions, please read them out.
One question is there, but Dheeraj sir, I think, is not audible. And I think he already lost his
Okay,
connection.
sorry. Yeah, I
Yeah, okay.
got muted.
Yeah,
It
he's
is safe. It is safe to use ChatGPT on the phone. Yes, it's very well,
Yes.
and it is one of the apps here. So that app is downloaded and then executable only when you do the relevant registration with your email ID and the password. So no other person can have an access to your prompts and chat, because all the prompts which you ask gets stored in the cloud. You can delete your prompts, of course, but that becomes your history. So you can get to know.
Sound फिर गई. Huh? Please check your sound. You are again mute. Oh. Your voice क्या हुआ फिर? Tell him that he's mute. I think if you tell him on phone or something.
One question, somebody asked, Chat GPT 4.0 is paid.
Tell him that he's on mute. फोन पे कह दो, उनको लगता सुनाई भी नहीं दे रहा. Dr. Bindu Sharma says that yes, it is paid.
So some connection for. Oh. अच्छा सर ठीक है, मैं लॉग आउट कर रही हूँ. यू कैन जॉइन बैक. मैं सर मैं लीव कर देती हूँ. यू कैन जॉइन. मैं आपको जॉइन करवाता हूँ. No, you can click on direct link. So just I'll send you the link. Sir, actually your capacity, your Zoom capacity is almost full 100 and he's unable to again log in.
Hmm.
क्या हुआ? इधर तो आओ। हाँ बताओ। ये तुम वेटिंग पे हो, ठीक है? इसमें ये लोग खुद चूतिया हैं, दर्शन सबका कर लिया है और सिर्फ 100 लोग ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। साले चूतिया होगा हरामी।
ये पागल है, कोई जाती है। नहीं
Is Dheeraj there? Is Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra there?
Okay, I'm so sorry. There are already 35, 40 people in the
But
waiting room. Yeah,
there's another question. I
Yeah.
think plagiarism is detection, something. You see the question chat
Yeah.
box?
I'll check it. I'll check it. Plagiarism. Yeah,
Ah.
here every time it will give you a different answer. So there is not at all, it will never tell you about any plagiarism because the answer is somewhat like it is framing every time. So there is no scope for any plagiarism. You can even check the data on plagiarism checkers online. So the data which you get or the reply which you get is unique and to you only. Even if I'm going to check the same answer every time, it's going to be different. So it is just a tool. If you get any data out of Google, you refer it, but here it doesn't have any issues. Okay, let me scroll up again for any questions since I was away from chat. Anyway, okay, Mr. Mathur, over to you.
So there are no questions. You can unmute yourself and ask if there's anything anybody wants to ask.
And the best part is they can practice themselves asking like.
Yeah, I think it's a remarkable tool.
It's a tool which can be downloaded and practiced for 10 minutes every day. You become a great prompter and a prompt engineer because output depends on the way you input.
And at the moment, it is free, isn't it?
Yeah, it is free, but there is an add-on, there is an plus, ChatGPT plus thing is there, which is now available in India also. Earlier, it was not available in India. So that gives you charges around some dollars, and it allows you that some more features.
I think I downloaded it from Google, so
Yeah.
it was easy and
Yes.
there was no.
So-
But somehow, sometimes it says that it doesn't give any answer.
No. It will give you, just refresh it from your
Ah,
screen on the
maybe,
top. So
yeah,
the upgrade option is available for ChatGPT as ChatGPT Plus, and
Yeah.
they charge you $20 per month. And
That's all, $20
yes,
US.
$20, and it is available even when demand is high.
Mhm.
Faster response speed, and the priority access to new features. Now, what new features are there that you people can Google it on yourself, like what ChatGPT Plus offers, so that it takes away $20 from your pocket, no? So what
Mm.
add-on features are possible? So if you want, otherwise you can continue a free plan, which is available when demand is low as well only, and
Mhm.
standard response speed is there, then regular model updates are only available there. So these are the features. ChatGPT Plus offers much more features as compared to normal ChatGPT.
But this prompt engineering means how you design the
Yes, your questionnaire.
question.
Yes, the input. How you design, how you ask the device.
Uh,
What you ask is something else, but how do you frame your language so as to you get the, like some questions, if you say, I wrote that design a poem for my child on weather who is in class 2. So the data, as stretching data is there, as relevant information I'll get.
and give an example of a vague question which it will not answer. For
Yeah,
example.
great question would be what would be the nature of mind tomorrow? Somewhat like it can be anything. What would be my nature of tomorrow? As an AI language model, it says I don't have an access to your personal information about individuals unless it has been shared with me in the course of our conversation. So it says I can predict or determine the nature of your day tomorrow or other personal details. Although there are AI devices which can, read your face and then tell you whether you are happy or you are not happy, So that has a different thing.
Good evening, sir. Sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir. I would like to ask one question, sir.
please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, mostly I'm using the ChatGPT because I'm coder also. So for coding purpose, I already use, and somehow mostly ChatGPT is showing our server is under traffic. So it is not giving response to us. Is there any substitute for using ChatGPT, means another AI tool? So whenever I need, it could help me instantly, sir. Because mostly it always shows that our server is facing due to heavy traffic or something heavy traffic. I cannot give the answer right now, please, after some time. So is there any substitute of ChatGPT over there or not?
Dheeraj, you are mute again. Can't hear you. I think there's something wrong in the network. You can't hear Dheeraj. Hello? You are mute?
Okay, yes. So
did you hear the
Google would
question?
yes,
sir.
I did hear it. He talks about the being slow, no, the speed. So
No,
ChatGPT
No, not
Plus
about slow, sir. Not slow. Whenever I ask some question, suppose I'm writing the code for creating a web page or something else, it mostly says our server is facing means traffic or something, some kind of that.
yes.
Is there any
So
substitute
that's
of
what it says.
ChatGPT or AI tool to that? Yes, sir.
Yeah, there are many tools. There are many tools.
Yes, yes. Sir.
So that tool can be like Bard AI is by Google itself.
Google Bard, sir, but still it is not in market right now.
Yeah, then you have Dialogflow by Google, and even IBM has got Watson Assistant, and your Siri is there on your mobile iPhone. Then we have Microsoft Bot framework. Even Amazon has got one, that is Amazon Lex, and there is
Yes, but sir, I think Amazon is for Amazon problems only. It is not giving the universal solution. It is not giving
but
universal
limitations are
solution.
there. No? Then we have Bot
Yes, sir,
Press also.
that's the thing I'm asking.
BOT. Yeah, Bot Press is there, BOT PRESS. The Chat
Okay,
Fuel, if I'm mistaken, Chat Fuel is also there. ChatFuel, Chat Fuel.
Are these tools are paid or
No, their
Free to
add-on
use.
version is paid, but simply they are free. Then there is one Gupshup also,
Okay.
GUPSHUP. Gupshup,
Thank you.
GUP SHUP. Gupshup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So you
Thank
get
you.
the same, I mean, you can ask the same questions there on.
Yes, of course.
Yes, yes.
It is an equivalent tool for ChatGPT.
Okay.
Text-based, sir.
Thank you.
Text-based.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
thank you.
So anyone else? So no questions? Okay. Thank you very much, Dheeraj. I think it was a very informative session, and I'm sure the audience must have learned this thing. But I'm surprised that there are not many questions.
And they all will ask from ChatGPT only.
Yes.
Not
So we are going to have more programs from Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra in the coming days, and you stand by for our invitation. And thank you very much, everyone, for being
you.
with us. And thank you, Dheeraj, for
Thank
your
you.
wonderful
Thank you
talk.
once again.
Thank
Take care. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.